Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins All World. If you're a coin collector or just curious about the value of some of the coins you might find in your pocket, you're in the right place. Today, we're taking a close look at the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1987. We'll explore its design, history, and most importantly, how much it could be worth today. So, stick around, let's start with a bit of history. The 1987 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which has been in place since 1909 to mark the 100th anniversary of his birth. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was used from 1959 to 2008. The E pluribus unum motto, which means, out of many, one, also appears prominently on the reverse. This coin is made of copper-plated zinc, weighing 2.5 grams, which became standard in 1982 when the U.S. Mint transitioned from copper to this composition to save on production costs. The 1987 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, while those from Denver feature a D mint mark. San Francisco minted coins have an S mark and were part of special proof sets, which means they were struck with more detail and a shiny finish for collectors. Now, let's talk about the value of a circulated 1987 penny. If you find one in your pocket change, it's probably only worth face value. 1-cent circulated coins from this year are very common, as over 9 billion were produced between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. So, unless the coin is in pristine condition, its worth won't be more than a penny, but if you have an uncirculated coin, or even better, a proof coin from San Francisco, the value increases. Uncirculated coins in mint state, graded between MS 60 to MS 65, can sell for anywhere from 10 cents to about $1. Finally, this coin market value is $15,000. Higher grades, like MS 67 or better, could bring in $10 to $20. Proof coins, especially those in flawless condition, can range from $2 to $5, but coins with the highest quality can fetch even more from dedicated collectors. Error coins are where things get really interesting. If your 1987 penny has any striking errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets, its value can skyrocket. Depending on the type and severity of the error, these coins could be worth anywhere from $50 to several $100s. In summary, the 1987 1-cent coin is mostly worth its face value if it's in circulated condition, but uncirculated and proof coins can bring in a little extra, especially if they're in high grades. And don't forget to keep an eye out for those rare error coins that could really add to your collection or give you a nice payday. Today, we're diving into the world of U.S. coin collecting, and we're focusing on the 2008 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent. Whether you're a collector, an enthusiast, or just curious about the value of this coin, stay tuned as we break down its history, design, and how much it could be worth today. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the front, or obverse, of the coin. The 2008 edition is part of the final year of the Lincoln Memorial reverse, which was introduced in 1959 and was replaced by a new reverse design in 2009 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse of the 2008 penny features the iconic Lincoln Memorial. The coin is made primarily of zinc, 97.5%, with a thin copper coating, 2.5%. This composition has been used for the penny since 1982. The weight of the coin is 2.5 grams, and it measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter. The 2008 Lincoln cent was minted in large numbers, with coins produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Around 2.5 billion coins were produced. About 2.8 billion coins were produced. With such high mintage numbers, these coins are relatively common, but that doesn't mean they hold no value. The value of a 2008 Lincoln cent depends on several factors, including its condition and whether it has any special features, such as errors or a high-grade designation. Most 2008 pennies you find in pocket change are worth their face value of 1 cent. However, If you have a coin in excellent condition with minimal wear, it could be worth a bit more to collectors. An uncirculated 2008 Lincoln cent in mint state, MS, condition can be worth between 10 cents and 50 cents. Coins that grade higher, such as MS 65 or MS 66, can fetch upwards of $1 to $2. Proof coins. If you come across a proof version of the 2008 penny, it was most likely minted at the San Francisco Mint and will have an S mint mark. These proof coins were struck specifically for collectors and typically have a higher value, ranging from $20,000, depending on condition. Now, here's where things get interesting. Some 2008 pennies may have errors or varieties that increase their value significantly. Off-center strikes, double dies, or other minting errors could make a coin worth $50 to $100 or more. Red designation. If your 2008 penny has a bright, lustrous red appearance and is in a high mint state, it could command a premium. So, while the 2008 Lincoln cent is a common coin, there are still opportunities to find valuable pieces, especially if you have one in uncirculated condition, or if it features an error. Always check your coins carefully. There could be a hidden gem sitting in your pocket change. Today, we're diving into the world of coin collecting with a focus on the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1995. If you're wondering about its value, history, and whether it's worth anything today, then stay tuned. The 1995 Lincoln cent is a part of the long-running Lincoln penny series, which began back in 1909. On the front of the coin, you'll see the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, which was designed by Frank Gasparo and used on pennies from 1959 to 2008. 1995 is considered a common year for the Lincoln cent, but as always, certain factors like mint errors and the coin's condition can influence its value. In 1995, these pennies were produced at two different mints, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, while those minted in Denver feature a small d under the date. The Philadelphia Mint produced around 6.5 billion coins in 1995, while the Denver Mint produced over 7.1 billion coins, making this year's pennies quite abundant because the 1995 penny was minted in such large quantities. Most of these coins don't hold significant value above their face value of 1 cent, especially if they show signs of wear from circulation. However, if you have a 1995 penny in pristine condition, what collectors call mint state, or MS, it could be worth more. For example, a 1995 penny graded MS 65 by a professional grading service could be worth about $5 to $15. In very rare cases, those graded even higher, like MS 67, could fetch up to $50 or more. But here's where things get exciting. Some 1995 pennies have a special feature that makes them much more valuable: the 1995 double die obverse, also known as the double die penny. This error occurs when the die that strikes the coin has a misalignment, causing the lettering and design to appear doubled, especially in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you happen to have one of these rare double die pennies, you're in luck. Depending on its condition, a 1995 double die penny can be worth anywhere from $20 in circulated condition to over $1,000 in mint state. So, if you're going through your collection or checking your pocket change, look for the mint mark. Check if your coin has a D for Denver or no mark for Philadelphia. Finally, this coin market value is $17,000. Check the coin's condition. A coin in better condition will fetch a higher price. Examine closely for errors, especially the famous double die obverse. A magnifying glass or microscope can help you spot these fine details. So, to sum it up, while most 1995 Lincoln pennies are worth just their face value of 1 cent, there are definitely some exceptions, especially if you come across the rare double die variety or a coin in exceptional condition. Today, we're diving into the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1986. Whether you're a collector or just curious about what this penny might be worth today, you're in the right place. Before we talk value, let's take a look at the history and design of this 1986 penny. The 1-cent coin features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which has been a staple since 1909. This coin was part of the Lincoln Memorial series, with the Lincoln Memorial depicted on the reverse. The 1986 penny was struck primarily in copper-plated zinc. Prior to 1982, pennies were made of mostly copper, but from 1983 onwards, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition to save on metal costs. This penny was minted in Denver's Mint Mark. This was the proof coin struck at the San Francisco Mint, reserved for collectors. Now, let's talk numbers. In 1986, around 4.4 billion pennies were minted in Philadelphia, 4.4 billion in Denver, and 3.4 million proof coins in San Francisco. With such high production numbers, the coin is generally common, but some rare varieties can have added value. So, what's this penny worth? Well, if you have a regular 1986 penny in circulated condition, it's likely only worth its face value, 1 cent. However, uncirculated coins and proof coins can be worth more. As mentioned, most circulated coins are only worth face value unless they have some special characteristics. A 1986 penny in mint state, MS, condition can be worth anywhere between $18,000 depending on its condition and grading. If you have the 1986 S-proof penny, it could be worth $2 to $5 or more, especially if it's in pristine condition. But here's where it gets interesting: rare errors. Error coins can fetch much higher prices. These can be worth anywhere between $10 to $100 depending on how off-center the strike is. Double die errors. If you find doubling in the text or images on the coin, these errors can increase the value significantly, sometimes upwards of $50 to $100 or more depending on the severity of the error. Be error. This occurs when a die crack forms between the letters B and E in Liberty. Coins with this error can be worth between $5 and $10. So, in summary, the 1986 US penny is mostly a common coin, but if you have a well-preserved uncirculated coin, a proof coin, or one with a rare error, it could be worth more than just 1 cent. Make sure to inspect your coins carefully for those hidden gems. Today, we're diving into a piece of American history, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1963. This penny might be small, but it holds a lot of history and potentially some value for collectors. Let's explore what makes the 1963 1-cent coin unique, and how much it's worth today. First, let's take a look at the design and historical background of the 1963 Lincoln penny. This coin features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, designed by Victor D. Brenner. The reverse side shows the wheat ears design, which had been used since 1909. The wheat ears would soon be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, but the 1963 penny still uses this classic design. The 1963 penny is part of the Lincoln Cent series and was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. You can tell which mint your coin came from by looking for a mint mark. Coins minted in Denver have a small d under the date, while Philadelphia pennies from this year do not have a mint mark. This coin is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which is notable because pennies produced after 1982 had a composition change, reducing the amount of copper. A 1963 penny weighs about 3.11 grams. In 1963, the U.S. Mint produced over 754 million pennies at the Philadelphia Mint and over 1.7 billion pennies at the Denver Mint. Because of the high mintage numbers, most of these pennies aren't rare, but their condition can affect their value. So, what is the value of a 1963 penny today? As with most coins, the value largely depends on its condition. If your 1963 penny has been in circulation and shows signs of wear, it's likely worth only its face value, 1 cent. However, due to the copper content, even in heavily worn condition, it could be worth slightly more based on the price of copper. Uncirculated condition. If you have a 1963 penny that looks shiny and new, without much wear, its value can increase. Uncirculated coins can range from 10 cents to $1 depending on their condition and if they're graded as MS 65 or higher. The U.S. Mint also produced proof sets in 1963. If you have a proof coin in pristine condition, it could be worth anywhere from $21,000 or more, depending on its grade. When determining the value of your 1963 penny, coins that are in uncirculated or near-perfect condition are far more valuable. Error coins, such as those with a double die or off-center strike, can be worth significantly more. So, always check for rare mint errors on your coin. Since this penny is 95% copper, its melt value could be higher than its face value, depending on copper prices. However, it's illegal to melt pennies for their copper, so they're mostly valued by collectors. In conclusion, the United States 1-cent coin from 1963 is a piece of history that's widely available and generally affordable for most collectors. In circulated condition, it might not be worth much more than a penny, but in uncirculated condition or with certain mint errors, it can have a higher value. Today's video, we'll be discussing the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1978. If you have one of these pennies, you might be curious about its value, history, and whether it's worth any money today. So let's dive in. The 1978 Lincoln cent is part of the iconic Lincoln penny series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin features a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, which was used from 1959 to 2008. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark will play a role in the coin's value, so be sure to check your coin, or no mint mark, which indicates it was made in Philadelphia. Now let's talk numbers. Philadelphia minted over 5.5 billion coins, Denver produced about 4.3 billion coins, San Francisco created around 3 million coins, but only as proof versions, which are special high-quality coins for collectors. The metal composition of the 1978 penny is 95% copper and 5% zinc. Since it contains a large amount of copper, the coin has a slight intrinsic value tied to the price of copper. However, it's illegal to melt pennies for their metal value in the United States. Let's get to what you're here for, the value of a 1978 penny. The coin's worth depends on its condition, mint mark, and whether it's a standard circulation coin or a proof coin. Most 1978 pennies you'll find in circulation are worth just face value, 1 cent. However, those in very fine to extra fine condition may fetch a little more, around 5 to 10 cents. If your 1978 penny is in uncirculated or mint state condition, its value increases. For a mint state coin, expect values between $1 and $5 depending on its mint mark and overall quality. The San Francisco proof coins are sought after by collectors. A 1978 proof penny in perfect condition can be worth around $15,000. The cleaner and shinier it looks, the higher the value. Errors and varieties. As with any coin, certain errors or varieties can significantly increase value. Look for off-center strikes, double dies, or other minting mistakes. These error coins could fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on the type of error and its condition. To maximize the value of your 1978 penny, keep an eye out for coins with minimal wear, sharp details, and a strong luster. It's also a good idea to store your coins properly, using a holder or protective case to avoid further damage. If you believe you have a high grade or error coin, getting it professionally graded can help confirm its value. So, is the 1978 Lincoln cent worth much money? For the most part, these coins hold sentimental and historical value rather than high monetary worth, unless you have a rare error or a pristine example. However, they're still an exciting part of any coin collection. Today's video, we're exploring the United States of America 1-cent coin from 2018. Whether you're new to collecting or just curious about its value, stick around to learn more. First, let's talk about the 2018 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny. This coin continues the long-standing tradition of featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, which first appeared on the penny in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday. The reverse design still showcases the Union Shield, introduced in 2010, symbolizing the nation's unity. The 2018 penny was minted in large quantities across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You'll notice that pennies minted in Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while those from Denver have a D mint mark, and those from San Francisco feature an S mint mark. Section 2, Key Factors that Influence Value. So, what factors can affect the value of a 2018 penny? Mint mark. As mentioned, the 2018 penny was minted in 3 locations. The Philadelphia and Denver pennies are generally more common, while the San Francisco mint produced fewer, making those pennies with the S mint mark more sought after, especially in proof sets. The condition, or grade, of a coin is one of the most significant factors in determining its value. Coins graded as uncirculated or in pristine condition can fetch higher prices, while those that are worn from circulation tend to have only face value. Error coins are a hot topic in the collecting world. If your 2018 penny has any errors, such as doubling or misprints, it could be worth much more than a regular penny. Always check for any unusual markings or inconsistencies. What is a 2018 penny worth today? Face value. For most 2018 pennies, especially those that have been in circulation, the value is just 1 cent. They are still widely used in everyday transactions and are not rare, uncirculated or mint condition. If you have a 2018 penny that has never been in circulation, meaning it is in mint or near mint condition, the value might go up slightly. Collectors might be willing to pay between 10 cents and 25 cents for an uncirculated 2018 penny from Philadelphia or Denver. Finlay. This coin market value is $18,000. Proof pennies from the San Francisco Mint, which were made for collectors, can be worth more. These coins, if still in pristine condition, can range between $1 and $3. If you happen to have an error penny from 2018, the value can vary significantly depending on the type of error. Some error pennies have been sold for anywhere from $10 to even $100 or more. While most 2018 pennies won't make you rich, it's always a good idea to hold on to coins in excellent condition, especially if you enjoy collecting. Over time, some coins may increase in value, and having high-quality examples or rare varieties can make your collection more valuable in the long run. And that's a quick look at the 2018 United States of America 1-cent coin. While many of them hold just their face value, uncirculated, proof, or error coins can be worth more. Be sure to check your pennies closely. Today's video, we're diving into the value and history of the United States of America 1-cent coin from the year 2000. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is a coin worth taking a closer look at. So, let's find out how much it could be worth today. The United States 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been a staple in American currency since 1909. The coin from 2000 features Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile on the obverse side, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Composition 97.5% zinc, plated with 2.5% copper, weight 2.5 grams, diameter 19.05 millimeters. Mint marks. If you've come across a 2000 penny in your pocket change, its value will typically be its face value. 1-cent circulated coins from this year aren't particularly rare, and unless they're in excellent condition, they won't be worth more than that. However, always check for errors or special minting details, which we'll cover next. Now, if you have a 2000 penny in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used in circulation and remains in pristine condition, its value can range between 10 cents and $1.50, depending on its condition and the grading given by professional services. The San Francisco proof coins are specially struck for collectors and have a higher quality finish. These proof pennies can be worth around $2 to $5 if they're in top condition. One of the exciting aspects of coin collecting is hunting for error coins. For the 2000 penny off-center strikes, pennies that were struck off-center can fetch anywhere between $20 and $100, depending on how severe the error is. Double dies, a coin with a doubling effect, particularly on the obverse side with Lincoln's profile or the text, can be worth anywhere from $50 to $150, depending on the severity and clarity of the doubling. Finally, this coin market value is $17,000. Die cracks and cuds. These errors are caused by damage to the die used in minting. Coins with noticeable cracks or raised blobs of metal can go for $10 to $30 or more, depending on the size and location of the error. 2000 was a relatively high mintage year for the US penny, with billions minted. This makes finding rare error coins or those in excellent condition all the more exciting for collectors. While most coins are common, there's always the potential for finding a hidden gem. To get the best idea of what your 2000 penny might be worth, consider having it graded by a professional coin grading service. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can help confirm whether your coin is in mint state or has errors that could boost its value. Always handle your coins carefully and store them in a safe, protective environment. So there you have it. The value of the United States 1-cent coin from the year 2000 can range from its face value to potentially $150 or more if you find an error or have a pristine proof coin. Keep your eyes peeled when sorting through your coins. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Today, we're diving into a small but significant coin, the United States of America 2002 1-cent, also known as the Lincoln cent. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, you'll want to stick around as we explore the coin's history, design, mintage, and most importantly, its value in the market today. The 2002 1-cent coin features the iconic bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design by Victor David Brenner, which has been in use since 1909. The reverse of the coin features the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 by Frank Gasparo, replacing the original wheat ears design. In 2002, over 5 billion Lincoln cents were struck, making this a very common coin. 4.6 billion with the D mint mark, San Francisco, 3 million proof coins with the S mint mark. With such high mintage numbers, this penny is fairly easy to find, but condition and special varieties can make a big difference in its value. Now, let's talk about how much the 2002 Lincoln cent is worth today. In circulated condition, these coins are generally worth their face value, 1 cent. They are very common, and unless there are any unique features, they are not particularly rare or valuable. If you have an uncirculated 2002 penny, its value can increase slightly. Coins in mint state condition, graded MS60 to MS65, may be worth between 10 to 50 cents depending on the quality. Coins graded MS66 or higher are where you start seeing some collector interest. A 2002 Lincoln cent in MS66 condition might be worth $2 to $5, and if you have an MS67 or higher, the value can go up to $50 or more. Coins graded MS68 can fetch even higher prices, with some going for $100 or more at auctions. Proof coins minted in San Francisco with the S mint mark are of special interest. These proof pennies are often sold in sets, and a 2002 S proof cent in perfect condition, PR70, can be worth between $5 to $10. Don't forget to check for errors. Error coins are always a collector's dream, and certain errors in the 2002 1-cent coin could significantly increase its value. Look out for double die errors, off-center strikes, or any minting anomalies. Depending on the type and severity of the error, these pennies can sell for hundreds of dollars. Finally, this coin market value is $17,500. To sum it up, the 2002 Lincoln cent is a common coin, but its value can increase based on condition, mint mark, and whether you find any rare errors. Most circulated pennies will only be worth face value, but if you come across a high-grade coin or a proof version, you could be looking at a much more valuable piece. So, if you have some 2002 pennies lying around, it's time to take a closer look. You never know, you might just have a rare gem in your collection. Today's video, we'll be discussing the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1984. Is it just another penny in your pocket, or could it be worth more than you think? Let's dive into the history, value, and what makes this coin unique. The 1984 US 1-cent coin, commonly known as a penny, features the classic design that's been used since 1959. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction, except for a few details over the years. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, which was designed by Frank Gasparo. This iconic image was used on pennies from 1959 until 2008, when the design changed to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1984 penny had a large mintage. Over 8 billion coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which doesn't have a mint mark. Additionally, over 5.5 billion were produced at the Denver Mint, which carries a D mint mark just below the date on the obverse. With such high production numbers, most 1984 pennies are quite common and found easily in circulation today. The 1984 penny is part of a significant change in U.S. coinage. From 1909 to 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, in 1982, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition. This means that 1984 pennies are primarily made of zinc, with only a thin copper coating. While this change helped reduce production costs, it also makes the coin more susceptible to damage, like corrosion, if the copper plating is worn away. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1984 penny. Most 1984 pennies you'll find in your pocket change are worth 1 cent due to the large mintage. Circulated pennies from this year typically don't have much additional value. Uncirculated examples, especially those with brilliant luster and no signs of wear, can fetch a bit more. Depending on the condition, a mint state 1984 penny can be worth around $18,000. The San Francisco Mint also produced proof versions of the 1984 penny. These coins were struck with special care and feature a mirror-like finish. A proof penny from this year can be valued around $1 to $3, depending on its condition. Now here's where things get interesting. Error coins from 1984 can be worth significantly more. This error causes doubling on the obverse, particularly noticeable on Lincoln's ear and the words, "In God We Trust." A well-preserved 1984 DDO penny can be worth anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on the severity of the doubling and the coin's condition. Off-center strikes. If the coin was struck off-center during production, these error coins can also carry a premium, valued at $5 to $50, depending on how much of the design is missing. To sum it up, the typical 1984 penny is common and holds its face value in circulated condition. However, if you have a well-preserved uncirculated penny, a proof coin, or better yet, a coin with a notable error, its value can increase significantly. So, if you're a collector or just curious, keep an eye out for those 1984 pennies in your change jar. Who knows, you might just have a valuable one in your collection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more coin-related content. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comments if you have any rare or valuable coins you'd like to see covered in a future video. Happy collecting, and I'll see you in the next one.